Kia ora te whānau, I'm Will,
And I'm Justin.
and today we've got a mindful yet energizing movement practice where we want to bring our awareness into our bodies as we flow, breathe, and explore. So for many of us, we live in these bodies, we are these bodies, but we get so busy with our hustle and grind of our day-to-day life. We stop listening to what our body's telling us. And part of that is a survival mechanism. We get so busy that when our body says, I'm tired, or I'm stressed, I'm exhausted, or I'm anxious, we learn that we just have to push those down to keep going. And I think over time, after pushing those things away, we might lose a bit of connection and lose the ability to hear what our body's telling us. So in this practice, we will start slowly, and my invitation is, let's start a conversation with our body and see what it tells us. Let's go. So let's start by coming down and lying on our mat. Now, right from the get-go, we want to come into our natural body intelligence and find a shape that feels good for us here. So I'm going to explore Supta Baddha Konasana, taking the soles of the feet together and letting the knees go wide for a gentle opening through the hips. Of course, you can add any blocks or props under the thighs to feel a little more supported. Letting the body be heavy, resting into the floor. Just take a few moments to arrive in the present moment and maybe come into our bodies. I've been playing with the motif of taking one hand below the belly button, other hand to the chest to get that tactile feeling of my hands resting on my body. Maybe you soften the gaze or close the eyes. And can you just feel and observe your breath? No need to change anything. How does your breath feel in your body in this moment? Where do you feel movement? The beautiful thing about our breath is it's always there to guide us, to come back to. Help us reconnect to the here and now, as well as our body. Now, the breath provides a little bit of a barometer for how we're feeling. So if the breaths feel long or short, or deep or shallow, easeful, or maybe a little bit of effort, might give us some insight into our state at the moment. Our body is always speaking to us. So maybe in these moments of stillness, you can start to listen in and see, what is your body telling you? What does it need from your practice today? Maybe that guides your intention into what you do or how you move as we play, explore, and flow. And if you're not quite sure what your body's asking for, that's okay. You can simply see what shows up as we flow. The eyes are closed, gently flutter them open. Let's bring some movement into the body. We'll start by hugging the knees in. You could cross the ankles, Supta Sukhasana, taking the knees to the armpits, Or just stack the knees and thighs, maybe adding some little movements, rocking side to side. And an invitation to find some active twists. We'll bring the knees over the hips, shins roughly parallel to the floor, gently pressing the lower back down. Hands reach wide, knees together. And we're going to take the knees over to the right on that 45 degrees, moving through center and then to the left. So a few active twists here. So when I say active, I'm not going all the way so my legs rest on the ground. I'm wanting to invite a little engagement through the core, through those side abs, those obliques. And for my last few rounds, if I want a little bit more sensation or intensity, I could extend one leg, alternating as I move side to side. Or maybe even extending both legs. Calming back through center. Bend the knees, grab the backs of the legs, few rock and rolls up and down your mat. And then as we come up, we'll make our way onto our tabletop. Stacking the knees below the hips, hands below shoulders, spreading fingers wide. A few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale here. Exhale, press the ground away, tucking the chin, doming through the upper back. Inhale, look forward, stretch the belly. Exhale, back into your cat. Few rounds, moving between your Bitalasana, your cow pose, and your Majariasana, your cat pose. And then for the next 30 or so seconds, we're just going to have a play using this all fours position as our base. So no rules. See where your body wants to go, letting that natural body intelligence guide you. And if you're like me, who loves to overthink and intellectualize everything, maybe start moving before you're ready and just see where your body goes. What if instead of worrying about getting it right or wrong, we treat it like an exploration? See what's there. Last few moments, maybe evening things out if you've been doing something on one side. What was there for you, Justin?
It's a little bit of everything, actually.
A little bit of everything.
Just experimenting, shifting my weight into my hands and knees. Bit of flexion for the spine.
Beautiful. We often begin a yoga practice or spend time in this shape. However, each day we can show up and maybe find something a little different. So here we're going to return to that tabletop with a neutral spine. We're going to extend the right leg back as we inhale, and then exhale, reach it behind you to the left corner. We're going to find 3 taps. Inhale, circle the leg around, tapping the toes out towards the right. Exhale, up and back. 2 more. Pressing into the hands. Trying to keep the chest still so you can articulate through the hip, waking up all those little muscles. Very nice. Next time we tap out to the right side, finding a half straddle, drop the heel. You can shift the hips back and forward. Maybe play with your cat-cow in this shape, noticing how the sensations change. Or if you want to join me, we can come on up and find a few active hinges, either hands to hips or reaching overhead. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hinge the hips back, keeping the back long and strong. Inhale to rise. Exhale to bend. Maybe you try inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, hinge, reaching the fingertips forward. Hands come down, we'll all step the right foot in. Take a cycle of cat-cow to flush it out. Or anything else the body needs. Let's take our little journey on the other side.
Left leg extends. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, take it behind you. Tap the toes. 3 big circles. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, back. 2 more with your breath. Tapping your foot out to the side one more time, dropping the heel and finding your half straddle here. Remembering you can play and explore. Option to come up tall with me and find our 3 hip hinges. Breathing in. Exhale to hinge and fold. 2 more. Eventually, hands come to the floor. Step back and let's find our first downward facing dog. Take the hands, a handprint in front of you. Tuck the toes, send the hips up and back. What's going to make your downward facing dog feel so good for you in this moment? Maybe that's playing with bending the knees, lifting the heels, spreading the fingers wide. Maybe drawing the chest towards the thighs for that big stretch through the back and shoulders. And we'll take our first little vinyasa, rolling forward to a plank. Option to drop the knees, lowering through your chaturanga. Elbows close to the body. Untuck the toes, baby cobra or up dog, little lifts. Exhale, come on down. Tuck the toes, press back up, find your downward facing dog. Look between the hands, step, jump or float to the front of your mat and find your forward fold. Release the crown to the floor, knees can be soft here. Hands to shins, inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up, hands to sky. Exhale, float the hands down to the sides to find your mountain. Maybe give it a little bit of a shake. Now we're going to play with some twists here. For this, I like to take my feet either hip width apart or a little bit wider, so I've got a nice, strong foundation with the earth. Knees soft, arms relax, and all we're going to do is to twist to one side, letting the arms slap against the body, and then the other. So, a few rounds here. Depending what you need, this could be slow and explorative. Maybe you're looking to bring some energy into the body, and you may increase the pace. Maybe even syncing the breath to the movement, inhaling one way, exhaling the other. I like to soften my gaze or close my eyes and really come into the sensations of our body. And we're going to do this for a little longer, and maybe even a little longer than we want to. Let's see what we find. Still going. What do you notice? What do you feel? And then let those movements start to slow, gently. Eventually, coming towards stillness at the front of your mat. Again, maybe you soften the gaze or close the eyes. Can you feel the echoes of those movements rippling through the body? Give it a little shake when you're ready. We'll move into a little bit more flow, starting to link the movements, the body, the breath, and then we'll have a little play in our sequence. Tadasana, mountain pose, palms open, feet ground into the earth, strong, present. Let's flow. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, dive into your forward fold, Uttanasana. Maybe hands to shins, inhale, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, hands to earth, step back to find your plank, toes or knees, your choice. You can skip your vinyasa or inhale, rock forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, baby cobra or maybe up dog, stretching the front body. Exhale, hips go high, downward facing dog. Lifting the left leg, inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, think knee to nose, step the foot through with control, drop the right knee. Anjaneyasana, crescent moon lunge. Inhale, hands to sky. Reach tall. Exhale, float the left hand down beside you. Inhale, stretch through the right arm and reach. As you exhale, C-shape the spine, nice side bend. Inhale, lifts you back up, hands to sky. Exhale, hands, frame the foot, tuck right toes, lift the knees, step back to plank. Optional vinyasa, flow it out or skip. Returning to down dog. Right leg lifts. Inhale, three-legged dog, square hips. Exhale, knee to nose, step forward. Drop the left knee. Inhale, reach from hips to hands. Exhale, right hand floats down. Finding that C shape as you inhale to lengthen and exhale, little softness. Inhale, both hands extend to the sky. Exhale, hands frame the foot, tuck toes, lift knees, step back to plank. Your choice. Sometimes the vinyasas, the heat, the strength is what we need. Other days it's more ease and softness. Yours to take or yours to leave. From down dog, drop the knees, balance in a child's pose. Maybe big toes together and knees wide, sinking hips to heels or any other variations. Take a few breaths. Connect into your body. What's it saying to you? Gently toe the body up. So we're going to go back to our hip circles. You've got the option to stay in your tabletop with Justin or find a down dog with me, a little more intensity and strength. Where do you want to go? Taking your option, down dog or tabletop. Left leg extends. Inhale, three-legged dog or tabletop. Exhale, tap the toe to the side. If you're in down dog, rock into your plank to tap the toes to the left. Inhale, up and back, reach. Exhale, reaching wide with those toes to the left. One more time, inhale, up. Exhale, tap those toes. Bring it back. Inhale, how long can you reach that leg? Exhale, step the foot outside the hand, lizard pose, dropping the back knee. Some of us may be on hands, fingertips, or using blocks to bring the ground a little higher to you. Drawing that left knee in towards the shoulder. You can stay here or join me, adding a little bit of movement. Inhaling, lifting the chest through the shoulders. Exhale, lifting that back knee, legs straight and strong. Inhale, dropping the knee. Exhale to lift. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Warrior two. Lift the back knee, drop the heel. Inhale, cartwheel the hands open. And then exhale, sink into your warrior two. Knee over ankle, back leg straight and strong. Flip the palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, Virabhadrasana, warrior two. Reverse your triangle. Inhale, straighten the leg, maybe flex toes to face as you reach up and back. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, hands reach the sky. Turn the toes in so the feet are parallel. Exhale, hands to hips. We're going to explore our Prasarita Padottanasana. It's a bit of a variation. So keeping your foundation strong, feet into the floor, spine long. We're going to turn our chest to the right. And then start to find big circles, 3 circles with the head. Now the knees could bend, legs could stay straight. What feels good for you here? Once you've done your 3rd circle, heels come in. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, goddess pose. Open the knee. Nice, wide squat. Take right forearm to the thigh. Inhale, reach up and back. And then exhale, Skandasana to the front of your mat, sinking into the left leg. Maybe forearm to thigh, maybe dropping the hips down towards the heel. Your choice. One more breath. Exhale. Pivot all toes to face the front of your mat. Hand frames the foot. Back knee lifted or lowered. Twist to the left. Inhale, left hand to sky. Exhale. Take the hand inside the foot. Step the back foot in. Outside the hand to find your yogi squat. Your malasana. Maybe forearms to thighs with Justin, or heels could lift, or heels could come down. You can take the hands inside the legs to find a little lift of the chest, keeping the spine long. One more breath. Exhale. Hands come to the floor. Stepping back to find your downward facing dog. Hips go high. Your choice, flush it out with a vinyasa, or stay in down dog. And of course, child's pose is always a great option. Let's take our journey on the other side. So you can find your Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog, or back to your tabletop with the knees down with Justin. Let's extend the right leg. Inhale, reach it up and back. 3 taps to the side. Exhale, right toes reach out to the side and tap. 2 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, maybe toes tap so lightly on the ground. Inhale, lift it up. Lizard pose. Exhale, step the foot outside the hand. Have a play in your lizard here. Remember, you could explore, move, or maybe play with lifting the chest on your inhale. Exhale, lifting the back knee. Breathing in to lift and open the front body. Exhale, activate the back leg. 1 more. Warrior 2, lift the back knee, drop the heel, big cartwheel, inhale, exhale, warrior 2. Flip the palm, reverse your warrior, inhale, exhale, return to warrior 2. Reverse triangle, inhale, straighten the leg, maybe flex toes to face. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, hands to sky, turn those toes to face your left side. Exhale, hands come to the hips. We're going to find those 3 circles in our Prasarita Parottanasana. Chest turns to the left in your own time. Steady breath. Steady circles. Maybe you soften your gaze or close your eyes. Notice the sensation of the feet against the floor and how those sensations change different parts of the circle. Inhale, hands to sky, heels come in. Goddess pose. Exhale, sink into your goddess. Left forearm to thigh. Inhale, add a side bend. Exhale, side lunge to the right towards the front of your mat, ensuring that the knees aligned with the feet or with the foot. Pivot all the toes to face the front. Fine. Your runner's lunge to the front of the mat and twist to the left. Inhale, hand to sky. Exhale, hand lands inside the foot. Maybe heel toe it wider to give yourself space. And again, step forward into your Malasana, your yogi squats. As we return to the shape, maybe something shifted. Maybe the body feels a little different. Eventually bringing the hands to the floor. You can step back to downward facing dog. Your choice. Use a vinyasa to flush and flow everything out. Or straight to child's pose where we'll meet. Let's bring a sense of ease into our child's pose. That might look like using props to support us, a cushion, or even fists to rest the head to find more ease through the neck. Maybe taking a pillow or a bolster behind the hips. Where can you support yourself? Going to flow through our sequence one more time and adding maybe just a couple of extra options to explore. How are we feeling, Justin?
I feel like I could stay in child's pose forever.
I mean, if that's what your practice looks like today, I'm all here for it. You're welcome to stay in child's pose too. Otherwise, you can gently toe the body up
And we'll flow through our sequence one more time. Tabletop or downward facing dog. Here we go.
Left leg lifts. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, 3 taps to the left. Scorpion dog, bend the knee, open the hips, or in your tabletop, scorpion tabletop. Inhale here. Exhale, step the foot outside the hand. Your lizard here. So take what you need. Maybe you're exploring coming down to one or both elbows. Maybe you're finding a winged dragon, turning the foot out on the 45, opening the hips. Wherever you are, make sure you're still breathing. If you're down on the elbows, come on up. Tuck the right toes, lift the knee, drop the heel, cartwheel open, warrior 2. Flip the palm, reverse. Sink a little lower into the hips, warrior 2. Reverse your triangle. Come on down. Inhale, Prasarita Padottanasana. Turn the foot in, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to hips. Now your choice. You can play with those 3 circles, or maybe you'd prefer to come into the shape and hold. Options, hands to hips. Back parallel to the floor for a little more spice. Of course, hands can come down to the floor, maybe in line with the feet. Pressing the ground away, finding chaturanga arms, elbows and shoulders 90 degrees. You could even interlace the fingers behind you for a shoulder stretch, reaching up and away. Justin's going back to the circles. How many is that?
That's my 3rd one.
That's your 3rd one. We're going to come up and join you. If you're down with me, we're going to release the hands. We'll all take the heels in. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, goddess pose, Ukkata Konasana, fierce angle. We're going to stay and breathe. Hands can stay wide in cactus arms, come to heart center, or even rest on the thighs for a little more ease. And we're just going to gently shift a little side to side in this goddess pose. I feel like this can be one of the shapes that we get into, get really rigid. So sometimes a little movement can be just what we need.
But not too much.
Not too much? What do you mean? What's too much?
I don't need much more of this.
Oh, yeah. Fair call. Even with the movement, it is still intense or fierce. All right, here we go. Skandasana to the left side. Sink into your hips. Maybe the hands are down to support you in this shape. I like to explore digging my heel in, turning those back toes to the sky. We're going to add in a new shape. So find your runner's lunge at the front of your mat, pivoting all the toes. Lifting the left hand to the sky to twist. Now you can stay here or find what we sometimes call our Cleopatra. I'm going to heel toe the foot down my mat, turning my toes to the left side, dropping the back heel. And then I'm going to drop my hip down to the ground as I reach left hand behind me. So I'm creating this big banana shape with my body, stacking shoulder over the wrist. Beautiful stretch through that IT band, side of the thigh, oblique side abs. Press the hips up, strong press through the hand, maybe hop that left foot towards the top of your mat, hand comes inside. Return to your yogi squats. So you can stay here and have an explore, or if you're feeling cheeky and want to give Kakasana a crow pose a go, hands to the floor, take the hips high, knees land high on the backs of the arms, squeeze the elbows in, strong core scooping through the abdominals. Maybe you take flight today, maybe not. Maybe you just lift one heel, feeling your weight through your hands. The other heel. Maybe you float for a moment. Eventually coming on down, stepping the feet back. Your choice, downward facing dog. Flow it out with your second to last vinyasa, or of course, a few breaths. in Balasana, child's pose.
Let's find our flow one more time. Now we know where we're going, so I'm going to cue a little less alignment because I want you to just explore. Don't worry about getting it right. You don't even have to stay in time with us. Listen to your body and see where you want to go. Either down dog or tabletop to start. Let's flow. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, rock forward 3 taps. Inhale, extend the leg long, bend the knee, exhale, open the hips. Lift the knee a little taller, breathe in. Exhale, step right foot outside right hand. Have a play in your lizard pose. 5 slow, mindful breaths. If you're not already, come up to the hands. Tuck left toes, lift the knee, drop the heel down. Warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale. Flip the palm, reverse your warrior. Find warrior 2. Reverse your triangle. Warrior 2. Reach hands to sky, turn the right toes in. Exhale, maybe hands to hips. Play with your prasarita parottanasana, your wide leg forward fold. Movement, stillness, exploration. And if a headstand is part of your practice and you want to go there, feel free. Not for me today. Eventually lifting the body up, heels come in, hands to sky. Goddess pose, wide squat. Hands rest wherever it's comfortable for you. You can find some movement here, or if you would like a little more ease in this shape, hands to knees. And then play with dropping one shoulder across the midline and then the other. Side lunge to the right. Turn the toes out, sink into the hips. Runner's lunge to the front of your mat. Twist right hand to sky. Option to stay or heel toe that foot. For me, because of how my hip mobility, I want to take that foot right back or towards the middle of my mat so I can drop that hip down and get a big, beautiful stretch. Hips go up. Hand to the floor, maybe step the right foot in, return to your malasana, your yogi squat, one more time. Again, you can have a little play with your crow. If you want to try your baby crow, have a little explore with Justin. So with baby crow, we place our forearms on the ground, baby crow, and we're going to find the same alignment. So we're going to take the knees high onto the arms, walking the feet in, scooping the belly, broadening the upper back, think cat pose. And again, maybe you lift one heel to the glute, maybe you lift the other, maybe your baby crow takes flight. How's your baby crow feeling?
Bebe.
Bebe. And if you haven't watched Schitt's Creek, you'll have no idea what we're talking about. Whichever shape you're in, come on out. Step back, final vinyasa. Yours to take, yours to leave.
It's going to skip it out, but I remember I said our last one was second to last, so. Eventually let the knees come on down. Soften into your child's pose, maybe reaching the hands behind you, resting the knuckles on the ground to invite a little rolling in of the shoulders. Great to counter all of that overhead opening work we've done and to find a little more ease. Slowly ease the body up. We're going to come into a seat. We're going to return to our bound angle shape that you might have explored right at the beginning of our practice, this time in a seat. So take the soles of the feet together. You may want to take the heels closer towards the pelvis for some more inner thighs. You could take the feet further away, creating a diamond shape for more outer hips. And of course, you can sit on a block, a cushion, a pillow that helps you find a little more ease. Let's inhale length into the spine before we exhale, folding forward and just finding your expression of the shape. This hip opener and forward fold. Can you invite in that sense of sukha or ease into the shape? Noticing the sensations of the body. If there's a desire or temptation to go deeper, to pull yourself into the shape. Some days we might want to lean into the challenge, exploring our edge. Other days can be about doing less. Last breath here. Slowly coming on up. We're going to make our way onto our backs where we began. Come on down. And just a gentle twist either side to wring things out. So let's grab the right knee towards the chest. Left leg goes long. You might like to shuffle your hips to the right side of your mat. Right arm reaches wide and then draw that knee across the body, finding your supine twist. Option to look down that right arm, bringing the twist all the way into the neck. Coming back through center. You may need to shift the hips back as you draw the knee in, then take the hips to the left, right leg long. Find your twist on the other side. Come back through center when you're ready. And if there are any final poses, shapes, movements your body would like to explore, feel free to honor your body and go there now. Otherwise, if you're ready to find some stillness, where would you like to go? Maybe soles of the feet flat in a hook-lying position, legs long in that traditional Shavasana corpse pose shape. No right or wrong. As you arrive, you could soften the gaze on the ceiling or close the eyes. And can you ask yourself here, what could I do to make myself maybe even 2-3% more comfortable? Slight adjustment of the head, the limbs. Maybe you want to go and grab a blanket or a pillow. Take that time. And then allow yourselves a few moments of rest. Letting everything go. No control, no doing. Allowing yourself to be exactly as you are. And depending what you need from your practice today, you can stay in your Shavasana as long as you would like. We hope you enjoyed today's practice, moving, breathing, and bringing your awareness into your body. You might have gained some insights into where your body's at today, what it needs, and hopefully you can keep that conversation going through the rest of your day, listening, observing, and responding. We'll see you again soon. Mate wa whānau.